Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. An historic debate is brewing on Capitol Hill. A growing number of lawmakers are vowing to challenge the Electoral College results that will officially be counted by Congress this Wednesday. KCAU 9 Washington correspondent Raquel Martin has more now in our top story at 5.
I want our day in court.
Senator Roger Marshall is among a growing number of Republicans promising to contest the Electoral College results Wednesday unless an emergency audit is completed first.
I want that 2-hour debate with everybody in the room and the facts on the table.
We want to object to those states that there were such massive numbers of fraud.
Marshall and Kansas Republican Congressman Ron Estes insists elections in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Georgia need a closer look. Even after several recounts and dozens of court challenges found no evidence of widespread fraud.
The facts are that there's a large number of Americans that feel like that there was irregularities in this election.
We do have a role in making sure that state laws are followed.
Republicans admit their objections are unlikely to change the election results, but consider the debate important. Other Republicans and Democrats call it destructive.
They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Congresswoman Sherry Busto says those Republicans are undermining democracy.
This is not the way the greatest democracy in the history of the world should be operating.
Illinois Democrat Congressman Brad Schneider says there's nothing left to debate.
The election's been decided. The people have made their choice. There's been no evidence of widespread fraud.
The certification process will begin at 1 on Wednesday. It's the final step before Biden is sworn in January 20th. In Washington, Raquel Martin, KCAU 9 News.
In other news tonight, Storm Lake police investigating a stabbing that sent one person to the hospital. This incident happening Saturday at 751 Walnut Street in Storm Lake. Police were called to the residence at roughly 4:30 in the afternoon. Responding officers found a juvenile girl at that home suffering from a stomach wound. That girl reported an unknown man entering the home. After she confronted him, she said she was stabbed in the stomach. She reported the suspect then fled back to the residence. The juvenile was taken by ambulance to Buena Vista Regional Medical Center, where tonight she is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. But anyone with information regarding this incident tonight is asked to contact Storm Lake Police at the number there on your screen, 712-732-8010. In Sioux City, the search continues for the suspects in a fatal New Year's shooting. This is video from a surveillance camera outside a nearby home. It shows in the upper right-hand corner there the gunfire. Today, Sioux City police say they've received numerous tips surrounding this incident. Detectives currently investigating those new leads. Police say they will make contact with people as soon as they can. Anonymous tips can still be made tonight by calling Crime Stoppers. Again, that number also on your screen, 712-258-TIPS or 8477. And tips can also be made online. We do have a link to it as well on our website if you prefer online. That's SiouxlandProud.com. City Council tonight passing a new proposed fireworks ordinance within the hour. That vote coming down 4-1. The current city ordinance outlined penalties for shooting off the fireworks. Doing so outside permitted times now are considered simple misdemeanors. This new amendment adds a municipal infraction to that. So tonight, property owners who allow violations to happen on their property could get a $500 fine. That's for their first offense. Coming up tonight at 6, you'll hear from council members on this issue. And tonight, an idea to create more inclusiveness in city government and in the community is becoming a reality. Sioux City City Council will appoint the remaining 7 members to the Inclusive Sioux City Advisory Committee Council. Members of the NAACP and City Council say this committee forming stems from people sounding an alarm for equality and representation.
The more diverse opinions that you have, the more diversity of opinions that you have throughout the city, the stronger that the city becomes, because then you're not depending on just one demographic or one class of people to contribute to the overall feel and culture of the city. You can include everybody.
And coming up tonight at 6, KCAU 9's Lydia Vasquez explaining what some members say they hope to accomplish with this new committee. Let's turn our attention now to the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials reporting 17 new cases in 24 hours. The county's positivity rate up slightly now to 15.5%. Meanwhile, in Nebraska, Dakota County with 27 new positive tests today. The county's 7-day positivity rate stands at 13.5%. And in South Dakota, Clay County reporting 4 new cases. The county with more than 1,600 total. Soon, Nebraskans will be able to track the COVID-19 vaccine rollout in their state. State officials saying today a new website is set to be launched where people can there register to receive the vaccine. Once they do, they'll be notified with their priority group allowed to access the shot.
Aged 75 and older will be the priority for Phase 1B. Vaccinations will be accomplished through multiple methods, such as community vaccine clinics with the local health departments, healthcare providers, and pharmacy partners. In most areas, this phase will not start for another 2 to 3 weeks, so we ask for patience as we finalize these details.
86,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have already been delivered to the state. A total of 36,000 Nebraskans have since been vaccinated. And Nebraska lawmakers will begin a new session on Wednesday this week. High on their priority list this year is the once-a-decade redistricting ritual. It's a bitterly partisan process, too. Lawmakers redraw the state's legislative and congressional districts, among others. They'll also be considering whether or not to pay for a proposed $230 million prison. The goal for that was to reduce chronic overcrowding within Nebraska's existing facilities. Meanwhile, in South Dakota, a 3.1 magnitude earthquake taking place today in Bonham County. The U.S. Geological Survey reporting that earthquake taking place at 8:55 this morning, with an epicenter roughly 4 miles northeast of the town of Tyndall. It happened 5 kilometers deep in the earth, so far 16 people reported feeling that quake. If you did too and you'd like to report it, you could do so to the USGS, and we have a link to that on our website. It's time tonight for our first check on the weather. No earthquakes here. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, today everything was melting. We finally saw the sun.
That's right, Sophie. A lot of melting occurring today with plenty of sunshine and temperatures warm for this time of year in the upper 30s and lower 40s throughout Siouxland. We got up to 42 in Sioux City today, 40 in Wayne and Yankton, 39 for your recorded high in Lamar's, 37 in Orange City and Storm Lake and Spencer, getting up to 38, as well as Esterville. So very warm for parts of Siouxland for this time of year. Forecast lows tonight, they'll drop down into the low to mid-teens for most of us. We'll even see some single-digit low temperatures tonight in northern and northeastern Siouxland. So a cold night is ahead. It does look like we could see some more fog out there late tonight and into tomorrow morning, but another fairly nice day tomorrow. Details on that and that chance of snow coming up Wednesday in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Marcus. A Siouxland woman is paying it forward tonight after experiencing a special act of kindness herself. As KCAU 9's Mallory Smith explains, a gift of free hair supplies could someday lead to a new and local nonprofit. Mallory?
That's right, Sophie. Small business owner Tenny Williams says she learned how to do hair thanks to help from her family, mastering styles by the age of 12. She's now hoping to help others feel beautiful and someday soon grow her idea into a nonprofit. That gift of free hair and supplies, a suggestion from William's sister that led to a plan to provide free wigs to people battling cancer and others diagnosed with alopecia. Williams says she hopes to make women feel more confident about themselves.
I noticed that when women are feeling beautiful, they are more, you know, I guess you could say certain, and their confidence level is through the roof and they feel like they can do it. And they're not questioning anything. It's like an easy way to deter depression and stuff like that.
Williams does hair out of her home and styles mostly women and kids. She says after years of working with scissors, she is confident in handling just about any style.
I have already trained my hands to not be just like one track, to kind of touch every woman. And I think it's important to like restore women beauty.
Williams plans to start offering wigs later this month. If you or someone you know with cancer or alopecia is in need of a wig, you can contact Luxury La Vie on Facebook or Tanny Williams herself. Williams is offering free maintenance and upkeep as well. Sophie?
All right, cool. Thanks a lot, Mallory. Well, Missouri River Historic Development now accepting applications for their spring 2020-21 grant season. The nonprofits from around Siouxland can ask for up to $15,000 for their projects, but the deadline to submit is just a month away. That's on February 15th.
Time can pass quickly, so if you need board approval to apply for grants, or if you need a letter from the mayor to apply for your grant, the time is now to get that request in. The deadlines are there.
Since 1998, MRHD has distributed roughly $40 million right back into the community. And when you think of nonprofits, food or a clothing drive might come to mind first, but that's not the whole picture this time. The story of one nonprofit that has a legal focus coming up.
And we've had a really nice start to the work week here. It looks like snow possible on Wednesday and then seasonal temperatures to round out the work week. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Thanks for sticking with us. A warmer day, and it even looks like a warmer sunset here across Siouxland. Everything was melting onto my my patio today.
Yeah, a lot of melting snow out there, so a lot of water and just muddy grass here throughout Siouxland. As our high temperature today got up to 42 degrees, and on top of that, we had a lot of sunshine, so that heat at the surface really helping melt a lot of that snow. Normal high temperature this time of year is 30 degrees, so we were 12 degrees above that. The record 58 set back in 2012, not too long ago. But we were nowhere close to that. 14 degrees this morning to start out. Typically 10 degrees is where we would normally be, so a little bit above average to start. Negative 24, the record set back in 1942. Thankfully, we were nowhere close to that one. The view outside the KCAU 9 studio brought to you by the Port Neal Welding Company, showing a beautiful sunset here throughout Siouxland. We've had a lot of sunshine today, and clear skies still continue. It looks like to the 30s on Saturday, but then a little bit cooler on Sunday. Seasonal temperatures for this time of year, give or take a degree or two, somewhere in the upper 20s and lower 30s for next week, it looks like.
I was going to say, I didn't realize that our average low should be around 10, so really we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. A pretty nice start to the year.
All right, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, a little girl in New York tonight is making a big difference, one card at a time, for hundreds of nursing home residents. We'll take a look at her operation coming up, but first, do you have a lawyer? If the answer is no, then the work of this nonprofit might be interesting to you. How they're working at expanding legal access. Next. Many nonprofits are focused on feeding and clothing people in need. But in Michigan, there's one nonprofit working to expand access to legal aid. Brittany Flowers shows us how they're doing it.
The Justice for All Task Force was formed in May of 2019 to come up with a plan to create 100% access to justice for everyone statewide. That plan was released today.
The bottom line is that there are a variety of obstacles that block good, hardworking people in need of legal assistance from obtaining the help they need.
Michigan Supreme Court Justice Brian Zara says as a former trial judge, he was surprised by how many people would show up to court without legal representation.
The process and procedure of the legal system makes it difficult, if not at times impossible, for those without access to legal resources to get a fair shot.
From evictions to family law to elder abuse, a collaborative report released today aims to make that process easier for everyone.
Courts have to be welcoming places where people can solve problems and where everyone is treated with dignity and respect.
Chief Justice Bridget McCormick says unlike criminal cases, which guarantee a lawyer to anyone charged with a crime under the Sixth Amendment, civil cases don't offer that same right, but can still lead to serious consequences. Justice for All does not guarantee that everyone will win their case, but it does aim to make sure people without legal representation are treated fairly and get the best possible outcome.
Justice for All is about leveling the playing field of our civil justice system.
The next step in this effort is to create a Justice for All Commission, which the court hopes to launch early next year.
Again, that was Brittany Flowers reporting. Now, new installments of Siouxland Stories are coming to you soon. They are every Thursday on KCAU 9 News at 5 and at 10. Also on Fridays at midday. So if you know someone with a unique story, we'd like you to share it with us. Email us at news@kcautv.com so the rest of Siouxland can hear about them. Hundreds of nursing home residents in New York State getting a personal greeting for the new year, all thanks to a 5-year-old. Her story coming up next. Hundreds of nursing home residents in New York State receiving handmade best wishes for 2021, all thanks to the kindness of a 5-year-old. Whit Johnson shows us how.
In my kindergarten class, I was taught about being generous.
That's 5-year-old Ariana Chopra from Binghamton, New York, sharing what she's learned about helping others.
I got an idea of making cards for the people in the nursing home who cannot go out make their friends.
The kindergartner telling her mom she wanted to make cards to cheer up people living in nursing homes during this difficult time.
She says, I want to make a few cards for the people in the nursing home who are all alone.
Ariana's mom picking up the phone and calling Willow Point, a nearby nursing home with 200 residents.
Ariana, can you make 200 cards? She was like, yes, Mommy, definitely I want to make 200 cards.
So Ariana, with help from her mom, got to work, creating handmade cards for the new year. It would take her nearly 2 weeks, each card carefully brightened with snowmen, rainbows, balloons, but that wasn't all.
She said, Mommy, I want to break this piggy bank and I want to give some gifts to the nursing home residents.
Ariana spending her piggy bank savings on gifts to go with those 200 cards, bringing smiles, even moving some to tears. And tonight, Ariana sending this special message.
I wish everyone has a happy new year, especially the people in the nursing home. And I wish everyone gets the vaccine and coronavirus goes away.
I think a lot of people have the same wish this year. Let's take a live look outside right now. Marcus returns with one more check on our forecast. First, this view of Storm Lake. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. He's in the newsroom for us. Happy Monday, Tim.
Yeah, you bet, Sophie. Good to see you. As you reported earlier this afternoon, the Sioux City City Council today approving stiffening of the local ordinances surrounding the use of fireworks. We'll take a look at what led the council members to approve those tougher penalties. That's coming up tonight at 6. And as Siouxland folks begin receiving more coronavirus-related stimulus money, a reminder today from the Iowa State Attorney General Tom Miller. He says scammers are out there looking to take advantage, adding that scammers follow the headlines, what he's advising folks to do coming up tonight at 6. Also, in just a half hour, hear from a South Dakota 8th grader and recipient of a life-saving Christmas gift. Diagnosed with a rare disease, she received an unexpected call over the holidays letting her know that there was a kidney waiting for her at the University of Minnesota Children's Hospital. More about the holiday help that she has received and find out how she's doing today as well. That's all coming up after World News Tonight. Sophie, of course, that's one of those Christmas presents you hope you never have to ask for.
Right, and what a lucky girl to receive it this year. Thanks a lot for that, Tim. And Marcus, we got a gift with our weather today, and our warming trend seems to be continuing at least for the foreseeable future.
Right, it is going to be another warm day tomorrow. We'll have a high temperature in the upper 30s, mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, but then on Wednesday, that's when we're going to see a chance of some snow showers throughout Siouxland.
All right, thanks a lot, Marcus, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6, and until then, we hope you have a great night.